I'm Paul Kowalski. For my research project, I chose to talk about prison culture. The background for my research paper is that Santa Rita Jail is the fifth largest prison in America, with 43% of their inmates from Oakland, California, where there has been 100 murders and 22,000 crimes, within 4 years related to gang violence. Santa Rita Jail, which shuttles an astonishing 60,000 inmates a year, and of their population of inmates, half of them are gang members. This jail is all about control, the safety of deputy officers, and good behavior prisoners. This study examined the effects that gang members have in prison culture, revolving around how they commingle with rivals and others in prison, and focusing deeply in the way of life in Santa Rita Jail. A number of online sources, television shows, and articles were looked at in helping gather information about this subject. My hypothesis is that gang-related members will not commingle well with rival gangs or other lone riders within their current prison unless in a negative way. The reasoning why I have chosen this topic is when I was a senior in high school, I was lucky enough to visit the Sing Sing Correctional Maximum Security Prison Facility in Austin, New York. And at this visit, I was given the ability to be a prisoner for a day and able to talk to good behavior prisoners that have been locked up for over 20 years about their lifestyles and the inside scoop of what really goes on, which made me fascinated and eager to learn more. And after watching a documentary on the fifth largest jail in America, Santa Rita, I figured these two thoughts would mesh well. Some data that I collected is that Santa Rita has inmates made up of very different races and ethnicities. The 5 major gang groups located in Santa Rita Jail are the Asian gangs, black gangs, Hispanic northern gangs, Hispanic southern gangs, and Hispanic gangs. There are 17 known Asian gangs, 21 known black gangs, 7 known Hispanic northern gangs, and both 1 known gang in Hispanic southern gangs. Each gang member is marked with their gang names and a tattoo on them, and also with other achievements they have conquered during their way of gang life on the streets and in prison. Some major gangs marching around behind bars in Santa Rita Jail are the Asian Crips Everywhere, Imperial Gangstar Thugs, 500 Locos, the Southside Locos, and Border Brothers. The old-timers to the young guns set the prison culture for each gang. Teach them it's all about control, and the streets set the tone. But also have to learn the new charges are dreaded by inmates and can only make you stay in prison longer. The research method I have chosen to use was quantitative, which helps look at numerical data on gangs, race and ethnicities, and number of each that are in the California area and located in Santa Rita Jail. The types of sources I used were videos, articles, interviews, internet sources, surveys, and observations. My data analysis was that I organized my data from each process leading into how gangs members begin to gang up in prison. I watched a National Geographic video which helps guide through the process. Given the chance that I was able to look into prison culture and also all the information pertaining to Santa Rita Jail in California, I can say that I have learned about how gangs act on the streets and more how they show brotherhood behind bars. Also that it's all about control in prison, which leads back to proving my hypothesis that gang-related members will not commingle well with rival gangs or other lone riders within their current prison unless in a negative way is correct. Concluding that prisoners who are gang members strictly stay within their gang unless territory our person's space is breached. This leads me to believe that another research topic can be discovered pertaining to cultures within the law enforcement.